Over the weekend, news broke that former President Jimmy Carter passed away at the age of 100. The former president spent most of his life helping those here in the U.S. and abroad. News 13's Heather Basley spoke with a Walton County resident who spent most of his career alongside the 39th president and is looking back at the legacy he leaves behind.
Born in Plains, Georgia in 1924, Jimmy Carter rose from humble beginnings to become the 39th President of the United States. Serving from 1977 to 1981, his time in office was marked by a commitment to human rights, peace, and environmental sustainability. But what many people will remember most about Carter is his post-presidency decades, which redefined what it means to be a former head of state.
He wanted me to start traveling with him to developing countries throughout Central Africa, and that took me overseas with him. Into some war-torn areas where we were trying to stop civil wars, help poor farmers grow their food more efficiently, and to eradicate a disease called guinea worm.
When Panhandle local Chris Mitchell met former President Carter at Sunday school in Plains, Georgia at Maranatha Baptist Church in 1981, he knew they would become great friends and partners.
My first position when I got to the Carter Center was to oversee the replication of the Oval Office as a permanent exhibit in the Museum of the Jimmy Carter Library. The Carter Presidential Center is comprised of where his office would be on a nonprofit foundation side, and the other side was granted to the American people. That's his library.
Mitchell then took on bigger roles for Carter. He became his director of correspondence, overseeing all of his incoming mail and drafting official responses.
But I had to learn by going to his speeches that were transcribed and in books. And any subject that came up, I would look to see what he said about it, and I would use that and type those words into a letter I was drafting for him, and then take that in and have him sign it.
One thing Mitchell won't forget is former President Jimmy Carter's humility.
So even if it comes to eradicating disease or helping a poor farmer grow their food more efficiently, it was about empowerment. So that rubbed off on me. That word empowerment meant everything to me. So in everything that I have ever done since leaving the Carter Center has always been, how am I helping to improve the life of somebody else, to help them take care of themselves?
There were many things Carter didn't take credit for that still has a global impact, such as the creation of FEMA, the Department of Education, and the U.S. Department of Energy.
He was the one who got a Panama Canal Treaty signed with the country of Panama. So, and he was the one who got the Camp David Accords. He broke a peace agreement in the Middle East. It's still in effect to this day, has never been broken between Egypt and Israel.
A moment many Panhandle residents won't forget is when Miss Carter visited Basic in Panama City to lead a family caregiving service.
And she still has the Rosalind Carter, even though she's gone, the Rosalind Carter Institute for Family Caregiving still exists at her alma mater, Georgia Southwestern State University.
Even though Jimmy Carter did not get reelected for a second term, his impact on the world will always remain.
A lot of us are going to be, we boohoo because he's passed at age 100. But we also have to reflect on he made it to 100. And Mrs. Carter made it to, 96 years old. They lived great, healthy lives.
In Bay County, Heather Basley, News 13, Panhandle Strong.